Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. I thought today I would do an Indian wedding look. The Charlotte Tilbury Indian wedding look. So, something in my eye. I shall wait for you all to join me. Somebody's already joined me. Hello, whoever you are. I've got my coffee here. I shall wait and say hello to you all. Let's put some magic serum. Hello there, Sunshine Emma. Hello, Bushra. I'm going to do the Indian wedding look, which is why I've put my hairband on, because I think the short spiky look doesn't really go with Indian wedding. So I've got that bit still coming up there, but never mind. I thought, I'm half Indian. It's about time I did the Indian wedding look. So hello Bushra, hello Emma, hello Colette. So I'm just putting on some magic serum. I'm going to follow the whole routine as I remember it. Hello Suzanne, hello Terry. I'm going to try and keep up a bit better with the comments today. Look, English chest, Indian face. Hello, Lisa. They sold out in days, yeah, but luckily it was all existing products. I didn't manage to get the free Bella Sophia quad. I still got the old one, so I'm hoping that's okay, but I have got it on my Christmas wish list. And if not, I'll get it in the sales after Christmas. I have got the Dolce Vita, it is now called the Bella Sophia, so I can use it, but I just want to get a new one. You can't see any of the comments. Oh, not sure why that is. Can everyone else see all the other comments? Might be something to do with your settings there, Emma. Oh, they've all just popped up. That's good. So hello, I think I've said hello to you all. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Terry. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Bushra. Hello, Colette. Brilliant. So I've just put on some magic serum, and I shall now put on some magic cream. And I shall try my best to keep up with the comments, because I keep missing people's questions and things. You love the Bella Sophia. I do too. It was the second palette I ever got, and I want a new one. But I shall make it work. I've got used to putting my moisturiser on like this now because of Dr. Sam Bunting. She always says, don't rub it into your hands, otherwise your hands get all the moisturiser. You can see the comments. Yep, that's good. So Emma can now as well. Hello, Rachel. My skin is so dry at the moment. It's just eating up moisturiser. Harrods sale is now on, and they've got quite a few Charlotte Tilbury. So it's worth having a look. Just going to put a bit more moisturiser on my forehead. My skin is really dry, especially my under eyes, because my eyes have just been constantly watering. Oh, I see what you mean about the live comments. Mine just all popped up. Hello, Rachel. Hello. I think I've said hello to Rachel already. Hello, Rachel. Everyone's saying hello to one another. So the Indian wedding look is Star Gold, the Bella Sophia. They use magic serum, magic cream to start off with. They do the brows. You'll see it. I'll be doing the whole look, okay? And telling you what I'm using en route. So let's get going, shall we? Shall I do... No, I'm going to do my foundation next. So in the tutorial, she used 7.5 warm. Now, I know that this is probably a little bit yellow on me, but I'm going to use it anyway because I feel like I need to warm up my complexion, and also it will just sort of go better with this look anyway. But obviously you go with whatever your skin matches, but I just want to warm up my skin. Now it's going to look very warm compared. Now can you see I've got no makeup on? Can you see that my face never matches my chest? And my joke is, if you haven't heard the joke before, I'm half Indian, my chest is English and my face is Indian. So when you look at the end of this, don't think, oh, her foundation really doesn't match at all, because it looks like that without makeup on. And this wasn't a bad match in retrospect. I just think that 7 neutral is a little bit better. But what I did notice about this tutorial is, like I was saying last week, she used the fair powder on top. And that was probably to take a bit of the yellowness off the foundation. So I'll show you that again. So last week I said, if your foundation looks a bit yellow, get the fair airbrush, because it's not about the colour intensity, it's about the undertone. And the undertone in the fair is pink, and pink will counteract yellow. Thank you. I can't wait to try it. I thought I should have tried this before, really, shouldn't I? Given that I'm half Indian. Bring out me Indian features, me Indian roots. So my dad is Indian, but he was born in Fiji. A lot of people migrated to Fiji. His grandfather, if anybody wants to look up my is it my grandfather? Yes. Or my great-grandfather. If anybody wants to look up my great-grandfather, he's on Wikipedia. And his name was Badri Maharaj. Badri and then Maharaj. My surname is Maharaj, but it's got an A missing, and that's a long story, which I won't bore you with. Good morning, Pamela. Now, I thought, given that we're all in, well, we're not all in lockdown, the lockdown's lifted today, but given that our Christmas is going to be a little bit different this year, I was thinking that one week on my live, we could have a virtual Christmas party and put on our Christmas makeup, what we would wear to an office party that we all can't go to this year. I thought that might be fun. Maybe do it next week. Right, I'm just going to put a little bit down my chest, because otherwise it's going to look really different. I'll use a bit of bronzer as well, but yes, a Christmas party, fab idea. Oh, please bore us. Oh, please bore us about... Okay, so about the name. I think it's got something to do with the caste system. And Maharaj in India is very high caste name. It basically means royalty. And the caste system is a bit more frowned upon in Fiji. So, and my great-grandfather was very much, he was an advocate for the poor. And so I think at some point that's why one of the A's was taken out of the name, just to make it sort of less pretentious and royalty-like in Fiji. But also a lot of my dad's brothers and sisters have got different surnames. And it was a kind of thing, I think, in Fiji, that the father just didn't give them all the same surname. So it's really weird because my uncle's got a completely different surname to my dad's, and so it may have been something to do with that as well. But yes, my surname is Maharaj, Mahraj, but my great-grandfather's surname was Maharaj, so Maharaj. And you can see, I'll put a link actually, I'll pin it at the end. I'll put a link to his Wikipedia entry, and you can read all about him afterwards. Now, I was very much brought up anglicised. My dad didn't really believe that there was a need to teach me Hindi or to bring me up too much within that kind of culture because I was growing up in England. The only thing that I really learnt about was Indian food, and the words, different words for Indian food. So I don't know a lot about the culture that I come from, which is a shame, but that was my dad's decision. I would have liked to have learnt Hindi though, I have to admit. Now I'm going to put on a bit of concealer. This is really weird. Something strange is happening with the live comments. What's happening? It must be something new on YouTube. Normally, you have to click on the comments and the comments will come up. But every sort of few seconds now, the live comments are flashing up on the screen, which is weird. It's just something different. It's fine. It's great because it reminds me to keep looking at them. Now I'm using 5.5, which I found really good. I used to use 6, which was what she used. She used similar colours to ones that I was matched to in the tutorial actually. So she used 6 concealer and she used 7.5 warm, which is what I've just put on. So a lot of them were similar colours to what I was matched to. There's a massive delay for you. What, on the comments? Yeah, there's something new going on with the comments today. I wish I could find I think it's here somewhere, but my little sponge thingy. Ali, I've just checked, hang on, and Bella Sophia is on Harrods for £28. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I've put it on my Christmas list though. I'll check with the person that I've asked for it for. Isn't it difficult when you put something on your Christmas list and then you see it in the sale? Basically, Jack's getting me something and my sister's buying it for him, and I put that as a suggestion. That's really good value. Thank you, Lisa. Definitely we'll have a look at that later. Probably all be gone by then. Actually, now do you see that looks a little bit out of place under my eyes? It won't in a minute, but what you do is if your under eye concealer looks a little bit the opposite of Trump. No, the same, isn't it, as Trump? You know, that you look all sort of tanned and then your eyes look white, just the same as Trump. If you get that, don't worry, just put a little bit down the centre of your nose and a little bit there and a little bit there, and then it won't look out of place. So if you get the Trump factor, it'll just highlight the normal areas and all of a sudden it won't look too out of place. Right, so then she used the Fair powder. So shade 1. Now you'll see that where it looks a little bit yellow on me, this is actually going to take some of the yellowness away. Do you know what I want to do as well? Because I'm a little bit red around my nose. Oh, I haven't got my darker concealer out, but never mind. I just want to do a bit of this because I'm a bit red around my nose. And this helps to take your kind of, these are your nasolabial folds, which as you age get more pronounced. If you watch one of those, you know those Photoshop things where they age you, that's the main thing that they do, is that they deepen these lines, because as we get older, they become more pronounced. So if you want to make yourself look a bit younger, just put some light just in the folds to bounce the light off. Little tip there. Right, now I'm going to I'll just do it on this side for a minute so you'll see how it just takes the yellowness out of the foundation. Can you see that? So if, like me, your foundation looks a bit yellow, don't go for medium, go for fair, because it's not that much lighter, it's just got a pink undertone which will counteract the yellow in your foundation. I'm just doing one side of my face so that you see. So do you see that looks a little bit more realistic to my skin tone? And as I go down here as well, you'll watch on replay later because you've got your cousin visiting. That's fine, Stacey. We'll forgive you. Enjoy your visit. So that is with the powder, and that's without. Can you see that kind of yellow tinge to my skin? Now, as I put this on, it's just going to take it off. Because it's got the pink undertone. Now, you can do that with any makeup, of course. With MAC, you just, if you've got an NC foundation that's looking a bit yellow on you, you just get a powder in NW, but you go a couple of shades down because the NWs tend to come up darker. So if I'm doing that with a MAC foundation, my MAC shade is NC 35, and if I was to use a powder to counteract it, I use NW 25 or NW 20, and it does the same thing. But this is like an NW powder, and medium is like an NC. Right, so that is my base done. And then she put on a bit of tan bronzer, which again is my shade. And I'm going to put some of this on my English chest as well. All the places where the sun would hit. And then I'm going to take this down. Can you see where the foundation has ended? Now the best, actually, even better than my big bronzing brush for doing my chest is the Airbrush bronzing brush. It's really good at blending it in. I've got to be careful actually because I've got my patch here somewhere. Oops, she said, and has applied a great big blob of it somewhere. That's because I stopped clear of my paint patch. Right, that should do. I kind of look a bit more uniform now. Okay, so I'm now going to do my brows. And I finally found my brow lift pencil, which is good because I ran out of my Benefit one. Excuse me a minute, I've got hair. sitting on the end of my nose. It's tickling my nose. Charlotte Tilbury brushes are good, but they always molt. Right, so I'm going to do my brows. And I'm going to remind you all, there's a little tip. I haven't talked about this tip for a long time. Oh, tickly nose. Excuse me. Right. I do. It's an English chest and an Indian face. Yes, we must teach it to Trump how to even out his complexion. Right. So when you're doing your brows, now my brows have got gaps in them, but they're still pretty much there. But if you've got to a point where your brows are quite sparse, and mine have actually started to come away at the ends as well. And what will happen is, as we get older, they kind of thin out here and they thin out at the ends, right? So, and if you basically sort of almost got non-existent brows, and you need this is if you need a guide for drawing in your brows, okay? So what you do is you get your pen and you hold it from your nose. Apologies if you know this, but for people that don't, so you hold it near to your nose in a straight line, and that is where your brow should, if it doesn't suddenly crack away like it just did. Right, you should hold it, that's where your brow should start, okay? Which mine does there. Then what you do is you hold it so that the pencil is going through the pupil of your eye, all right? And that is where you should have your arch. And then you move it round until you get the pen right to the corner of where your eye ends, right? And then you hold it there, and that is where your brow should end. Now on that side, it ends in the right place. But if I do it at this side, you'll see that it's slightly short. I always have to put a little bit more. It sort of goes to about there, should go to about there. And if I do this, this is quite thin, so it needs to start there. I need to fill that out, and then the arch should be there. Okay, so you know, then you get a guide of where to draw your brows. It's really sort of helpful guide. And then I'm just going to, so from here you draw your lines up in the direction that your brows would go, and then you'll see Charlotte doing this a lot, because if you want to lift your eyes, you can really accentuate that arch here. And I'm going to accentuate the arch because in an Indian wedding look, the brows would be quite accentuated. What have you just said? Sorry. Oh, you're all saying hello to one another. Hello, Shahina. And my eyes are starting to water before I've even gone near them. It's so annoying. Right, so just, yeah, so I'm going to accentuate where my arch is, which is about there, to give my eyes a nice lift. And then you start then stroking the hairs down towards the tail. Okay, so can you see that? Now, don't worry if it looks too severe, because I'm just going to fill them in a little bit more. Make sure I've got this end bit. Because then what you should always do is take your brush on the other side and give them a little bit of a comb out. See the difference? Now this one's always been a funny shape, and my tail is a bit non-existent. So I'm going to do that one. This is a really good pencil, formula-wise. But I really wish that Charlotte Tilbury would do something about the packaging, because it always the lid always tends to break. So anyway, I'm going to just do this. So here we'll go and we'll just take this up. Might help if I had the right end. And then as you move towards the arch, you go sideways. And this is where I want to just give my arch a bit of a lift. This side, because I don't really have much of an arch that side. So I'm just checking where it should be, about there. And that's where I can give it a bit of a tiny bit of a lift. You don't want to go mad, because then people will really notice if you do something that's completely not within the realms of reality. But just give it a slight lift there. And then as soon as you get to the tip of the arch, then you start going down. And this is where the brow on this side falls short. So I double check where it should go. Can you see it's just slightly too short? So I just add a tiny little bit at the end there. Give it a little brush. Sorry, I got really transfixed on my brows. But I haven't talked about brows for ages. Right, and I will really, because I really want to emphasise my brows for this look, because it's quite a bold look. And I always think that women, I'm just going to brush it over with a bit of Legendary Brows, which will set them in place. You could use clear gel as well. But I think Indian brides always have such lovely defined brows. So I want to make sure that they're looking nice and defined. Right, so that's the brows done. And then I'm just going to, for some reason my eyes are already watering. Oh. I've been a bit lax in using my eye ointment recently. I must start. Yes, there's a delay in the comments. Is this the look you sent, Tria? Hello, Tria. I'm doing the Indian wedding look. Where is Tria? Hello, Tria. Has anyone else joined that I haven't said hello to? Hello, Leslie. Yes, Leslie's joined. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Rebecca. So for those of you that are just joining, I'm doing the Indian wedding look. So I've just done my brows. I've done my foundation. And now I'm going to put on some Star Gold. And I'm just going to put this on with my... I want to put it on with a brush, but I always find that it doesn't pick up very well with the brushes that I've got. What can I put it on with? Let me try putting it on with this flat lip brush. Oh yeah, that works better. So I'm putting Star Gold on. I wish we'd had these products when I was younger. When I had nice taut eyelids. Because look, if you've got a taut eyelid, look how it just sort of really shines. But when you've got a little bit of saggy, older skin, it still looks nice. But I just wish we'd had things like this when we were younger. There were sort of liquid eyeshadows, but they weren't as good as this. Is Terry here? Terry is here. Well, Rebecca, I thought, seeing as I'm half Indian, I really should do this look, shouldn't I? It's my look. What brushes do people use to apply their eyes to mesmerise? I always find that difficult to pick up with certain brushes. Certainly a blender brush, almost impossible. The smudge brush picks up too much and you end up with a great big blob. Does anyone have some good brushes that they recommend for the eyes to mesmerise? I'm just using a lip brush at the moment. No. Constance Carroll. Yes, I do remember Constance Carroll. Wow, that's a blast from the past. I think I'll take that up a little bit higher. Hello to Busim Khan. Welcome. I'm a little bit more on top of my comments today. I'm feeling proud of myself. A flatter shader brush. Yeah, sort of one like this. This is just one of the Aldi ones. One like that. Yeah, I need to get one, I think. Daniel's got some that are real hair brushes, by the way. And some of them are like last chance to buy. I've just put in an order with Daniel Sandler and I'm going to be doing a little tutorial soon. Inspired by Beauty in the Boutique, so I'll tell you more about that soon. Hello there, PM. Anyone else new joining me? I'm going to put this all the way under in a bit of a thicker line. Do you know what? My eyes are quite sensitive, but I do love these because they're very cooling. These eyes to mesmerise, and they've got vitamin E in them. So they're actually quite soothing when you've got sensitive eyes. So that is the eyes to mesmerise in Star Gold. And then she used the Bella Sophia, formerly known as the Dolce Vita. Let me get my Sonia G. So what she did is she put a bit of the prime shade in the inner corner like that. Seeing if I can remember this. Just to throw the light into the centre of the eye. And then she took the enhanced shade and she put the enhanced shade on the outer corner and up into the socket. There is definitely something weird going on with the comments. Constance, yeah, I think, Shahina, I think, oh no, I thought Lisa had said where Constance Carroll. I think it was just these sort of independent pharmacies. I had a lovely Constance Carroll eye makeup palette. I remember, and people used to always say to me, what's that eye makeup you're wearing? It was a lovely shades that were like sort of heather and plums and just a really gorgeous combination of shades. So this is the enhanced shade. I'm just putting onto the outer corner and down under the eye. I'll just put a little bit extra here and here. And then she took the smoke shade, and again she just put that a little bit more intensely in the corner and just the outer corner. And we won't forget the pop shade, that's coming, don't worry. But she then did the lashes and stuff next. Just really want to intensify that corner. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Just really hide the hoods then, you see, and make the eyes look bigger. Right, so that's it so far, but we haven't put the pop shade on. But then she did the eyeliner. Now, my eyes might start watering now. We'll see how I get on with it, because I'm going to try it. I found if I use the Rock and Coal in my waterline, it sometimes makes my eyes water. But I'm going to try it, and hopefully it'll be fine. I'm going to do that next. So she did, yeah, she did this, and she did the feline flick. Is it the angle? My eyes don't even seem to be hooded. It's because I've put a lot of dark in the corner. They are hooded. Look. As you know. So I'm just going to go into the waterline. Hello, Tria. Yeah, the comments are a little bit delayed. I'm actually rather on top of the comments today, but you probably don't think I am because they're being delayed for some reason. Everyone's finding that their comments are delayed, so... Right, and then they did underneath and in the lower waterline, which of course is a real Indian look, is to have the black in the waterline, which I tend not to do very often. Right, let me just make sure that some of this moisture has gone from my eyes, otherwise it's just not going to work. And it's going to look a bit weird for a minute because I haven't done the upper line yet. No, it's fine, Rebecca, that all the comments are delayed. So Tria's only just said hello to me, but I know she joined earlier. Right, don't water, don't water, don't water. Please don't water. I really get fed up on my eyes watering at the moment, and it's no particular thing, although Rock and Coals can sometimes do it. It's everything at the moment. Right, and then she used the feline flick. Now, I'm not going to use... I thought I got the feline flick out. Right, that's the black pencil, but I thought I got the feline flick and the other one out. Where's it gone? Bear with me a minute, guys. I was sure that I got that out ready. but obviously not. I must have done. Okay, well, I think I got my La Roche-Posay out. That's the super brown. I don't want that one. There's the black one. I got my La Roche-Posay one out. And I don't know where I put it. I set it all up here. Ah, there it is. Let's see if the feline flick works first. I don't want the brown one, I want the black one. Now the thing is about Charlotte's one is that you have to press a bit harder, but it might be a bit better at the moment because my eyes are watering. The reason I love the La Roche-Posay one is because it's really wet, so you don't have to press really hard, but that can be a disadvantage if your eyes are watering. Now this is where... Now, so what they do in this tutorial, you see that my bottom eye, actually, this ends and it droops down. So I want to go from where the bottom bit of my eye, as though I'm joining it up from there. So I'm going to do that and lift my eyebrow for a minute so I got the angle. And then I can relax my thing, but I know where I'm heading to then. And this is where it's not going to work because it's too dry. And my other eye is deciding it's going to water now. I'm going to switch to my La Roche-Posay because otherwise I'm going to keep working on it and it's going to just make it water. This is so much wetter. You just don't have to do anything. It just paints on. And of course, the La Roche-Posay one is a Tolerian one. So if you've got very sensitive eyes, like I have, then it is not got any ingredients that are going to irritate your eyes. So it's really good. I definitely recommend that. You can see it just went on a lot better than the feline flick. Feline flick, you just have to press harder. Mine's probably a bit old as well, which doesn't help, but this is very, very wet. So you just, I think sometimes when you've got sensitive eyes, it's the kind of prodding at your eyes that kind of sets it off, rather than the actual ingredients. Right, I'm coming to your comments in a minute, after I've done my eyeliner. And this one always seems to be easier to get the angle right. Just going to go up to about there. And then I just need to fill in that gap. And I can tidy up later with the powder pencil. This needs to come above my hood a bit more, otherwise you just can't see it. Not bad, Maharaj. I've probably got to... I'm not going to mess too much with that at the moment. Quit while the going's good. Right, then before I put my mascara on, I shall put the pop shade. Let's warm it up. Let's have a look at all your... Somebody's birthday. Whose birthday? Happy birthday, Tria. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tria. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, it was coping so far with the watering. I'm so out of practice with my singing. And in recent years, you're all going to tell me off, but I've been smoking too much. And I need to give up because it's ruining my voice. And I keep saying to myself, the amount of makeup I could afford if I give up, I have to give up. Right, so this is the pop shade, but I need to warm it a bit more. And of course, if I get a new one, for those of you that just joined, Lisa, I think it was Lisa, wasn't it? Very kindly said that Harrods have got it on offer for £28. But I've put it on a wish list for Christmas. So what do I do, guys? Do I get it and then just pretend I haven't got it if I get it for Christmas? Or what? Or it's my sisters that organising buying a Christmas present for my son. Or do I tell her it's on offer and tell her to tip me off if she's already got it? And then I ruin the surprise. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking it. I just wish my eyes would stop watering. Oh, your friend's got an Indian eyeliner, powder one. And it's really good and it stays put. We all want to know what that is, Leslie. Don't get the impression that I'm a regular Harrods user. Harrods is quite good. I know it's got this sort of, this reputation for being really snobby, but I think it's really good. Oh, thank you. I look like a princess. Well, I think if it's your birthday today, I think you should play this video back, Tria, and put this on because I think it would look stunning on you. And your eyelids are not as crepey as mine. Look, if I was 20 years younger and had taught eyelids, stunning. But I also had chubby cheeks when I was younger. I've got more of a cheekbone now. So you can't have everything. And I definitely prefer, let's not talk about what we've lost with age, hey? Let's talk about what we've gained with age. And I definitely have got a better face shape now than when I was younger. I had a really round face and no cheekbones. And I'm definitely getting, even since I started doing my videos actually, if you look back to some of my first videos in 2017, you look at my face shape and I've definitely got more of a defined face shape. As I'm getting older, my face is thinning out and I prefer it that way. Right, now I need to put on, now she used Legendary Lashes. I'm going to use Pillow Talk. If I can find it, it's here. I feel like I need to go out now. I definitely need to find one of those bindies to put on my head, don't I? The reason, for those of you that just joined, the reason I put my hairband on is because the short spiky haircut is not really very Indian bride. I've got some stick-on ones and they might be out. If they are, I'll have a look when I finish this look. If anyone wants to get a bindi, they do them really cheaply on Amazon. Little sets, stick-on ones. And they really do transform a look, actually. I really don't often put black in my lower waterline, but it's really nice for a change. I sometimes do when I'm doing the Dolce Vita look. Because having the black in the lower waterline does make your eyes look smaller. But it also gives you a lovely kind of Eastern look. So makes you a bit more dark and mysterious. Now, because my eyes were watering a lot, this isn't working as well as it normally does. Because my lashes are a little bit wet. I'm just using it to curl them up as much as possible. And the other one. Okay. And then she put on, oh, she did the blush last, didn't she? Yes. So then she did the lips. So she did Pillow Talk Medium. That's what's in the look anyway. Pillow Talk Medium, which of course you could use Pillow Talk Dark, which is beautiful. But I'll follow the whole look. So Pillow Talk Medium lip liner. Thank you, Terry. Brings out the Indian features, doesn't it? Oh, what's that, Emma? Oh, right. So what did you get, Emma? Your oh, your boy cat died. I don't blame you. Listen, I've had a few, nothing that I really want to go into here, but just a few things that got me down the last couple of days, and I did it as well. And I do feel guilty about it sometimes, getting too much makeup and stuff, but I wouldn't, if I was flat broke or anything, or go into debt. And the other thing is, I don't drink. I do smoke, and I've got to stop that, and there's no excuse for that. But I don't drink at all. The last drink I had was probably last Christmas Day. It was actually. No, in summer when I went to visit my dad in the garden. Me and my sister had a gin and tonic. So probably August is the last time I had any alcohol. That's what I do when I'm down, is I kind of buy makeup. Oh, Colette, I'm sorry to hear that. I love cats. You've got to have some pleasure in life. Exactly. My mum said before she died, she says, don't save all your money up. She said, enjoy it. And I've looking at what's happened to my dad and what happened to my mum. I think they're right. You know, use it to live life in comfort, and as long as you've got enough put by for a rainy day, but don't save it all up. You know, you can put a roof over your kid's head and whatever, and enough put by if there's something that you need in an emergency. Right, this is Pillow Talk Medium. And then she used... Now, they call this something different in India. And I'm wondering if it's that they're being respectful to the culture, because it's not called Love is the Drug in India. It's called Love something else. Anyone know what it's called in India? It's got a different name. Did you see that on her website? If anyone's seen that, yeah, drugs not allowed. It's called something else in India. Love something else. Does anyone know what it's called in India? Right, so I'm just going to put the swish. Well, exactly, care home fees, you know. My mum might have been right, but she didn't follow her own advice. She saved it all up for us. And I used to say, Mum, get yourself a dishwasher. Go and get yourself a dishwasher. She put it all in investments for us. And I went with her to the bank once and I said, before you do this, Mum, why don't you think about this? Because what you need a dishwasher, go away on a holiday, enjoy yourself. And the guy in the bank actually said, look, I'm not supposed to say this, but I agree with your daughter, but she didn't. So she didn't follow her own advice, but right, this is the pop. We could all be waiting to go on holiday for 2 years. So that is Love is the Drug. And you can really, if you want to, you can really amp this up. It's a beautiful one if you've got Indian skin. Because, as I say, if you've got darker skin, you are limited what you can use. If you've got fair skin, you can use this. But you just go in with a lighter hand. You can use any of the blushes. But if you've got darker skin, some of them will wash you out or they won't show up. Love is the Drug is a really good one. It always intrigued me when she did that, you know, that limited edition Blush and Glow. Because the blush was very like this in the Blush and Glow. I never got it. The blush was very like this centre one. And yet the bronzer was fair. And my mirror light's just come on. And it always intrigued me why she mixed that blush with the fair bronzer and didn't do that blush with a deeper bronzer. Right, so that's that. And then she used the highlighter. And I deliberately went a bit nuts with it because I want to glow, man. Perhaps not that far down my cheek, but... It's not called... I like the Love Glow name better. It's not Love Glow, though. Can't be Love Glow because she's got one called Love Glow. Love Glow is the other one. Oh, she did rename this to Love Glow. So what's she called Love Glow then? Because there's another one called Love Glow. Okay, I beg your pardon. So she must call Love Glow something else. That's a bit confusing. Or maybe they don't do Love Glow in India because it's quite fair. I don't know about you. The only thing about this, I suppose that they want to show the attention on the eyes, is I don't know why she didn't put a gloss on this. What do you think? Do you think it needs a gloss? The look doesn't have a gloss on it. Oh, I just got some of that highlighter on the bottom there. Ah, right, she didn't release everything. That makes sense. Let's put a little bit of that under my brows. You need a gloss. I think I need a gloss too. But the look doesn't have a gloss with it. Isn't that strange? I'm going to put that Champagne Diamonds over this. You could put the Walk of Shame one, actually. But I'm going to do the Champagne Diamonds. Because it's got a lovely glow to it. Of course, you could put the Pillow Talk one as well over this. And if you want to make this a little bit more decadent, hold on a second. I'm just putting a bit of the Champagne Diamonds lip gloss. It'll make it look even wetter. See? And actually, I'm not going to do it now, but if you put the pop shade, reapplied the pop shade now, over that, it would really make it stick. So that is the Indian wedding look. I'm going to have a quick look at your comments, but I'm going to see if, I think I had my bindies over here, or have I put them away? If I have them here, I shall put some. Oh, is this them? Ah, it is. They're here, they're here. Oops, I'm getting so excited. Let's put a bit of spray on. That one, I think. That one? The red one? Can you add a bit of an eye flick? Yeah, it's not really showing up enough, is it? Bit more of a flick. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll get my powder pencil and just go over it a bit more. It's because of my hooded lid, you see, that as soon as I relax my eyes, you can't really see. Can you see? When I've got my eyes like that, you can see how long the flick is. But as soon as I relax my eyes, it disappears. That's the beauty of having the fun and games of having hooded lids. In order to actually see it, you've got to sort of almost draw your flick up to heaven. Let me do it with this. That's better. Honestly, this is so good, this liner. Sorry, your comments keep popping up again and covering the screen. That's gone too thick now. Oh dear. And I haven't got a thingy with me. Hang on. I needed to get a little, oh, that's it. That'll do. I need to get some magic cream and a little, you know what I mean, little cotton bud, and then thin that line a bit. Right, bindi time. Do you know what else? Because my eyes have been watering, I'm going to finish this off in a second. Let me put the bindi on first. I want to put a bit more black under the eyes. How do you get these out? They don't want to come out. Oh, all right, I'll just take them off like that then. Wonky. My tail's wonky. There we go. And I just want to put, if my eyes will stop watering and let me do it. Is it? Well, you know better than me, Tria, because as I said, is it supposed to be the other way around? Okay. I think you would know better than me, Tria. Because as I said, I've been brought up completely anglicised. Yeah. Except it's not straight, is it? Come on. That's it. Thank you, Tria. Come on, eyes, please. Thank you. That's better. Just needed a bit of blackening up, and my eyes were watering, so it was kind of coming off, and they will not take me doing any more to them. So do you know what else I'm going to do before I finish off? I'm going to put a bit of this on, just to suck in my cheekbones a bit more. And get rid of that little gaping thing there. Thank you. I've been learning a Hindi song from my dad, an old Hindi song that I sing to him, that his mum used to sing to him. It's the only thing that I can sing in Hindi. We also sing to him in Fijian. It's called, now excuse the pronunciation, because Banchi Banmi, Pia Pia Gane Laga, Banchi Banmi. Do you know it? Saki hato se hai, saki hato se mia mia, tanje laga, banchi banmi, pia pia, gane laga, banchi banmi. Do 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 do. I have no idea what I'm singing, so if you have the translation, please let me know what it means. I'm honestly, you're very kind, but as I said, I've been too much and my voice is going from it. And I have to stop because I trained as an opera singer, but my voice is terrible at the moment compared to what it was. And I do want to give up. Just every time I go to give up, I'm either moving house or something's going on with my dad or something's stressing me out. And I've just got to set a date and do it. I really want to do it. And then I'll have more makeup money anyway. I should never have started, and believe it or not, do you know how I started smoking? Because somebody on the singers course gave me a cigarette. The singers were the worst for smoking, and they really shouldn't be. Apart from the bit sticking up there, I need some long earrings now and a... Please stop watering eyes, please. Anyway, at least the foundation, you can see Charlotte's foundation is really good at holding up to watery eyes. Yes. It says the bird singing in the forest. Oh, right. Okay, that's good. At least I know. I tell you what, Tria, I might send you the words, because I've got the words now. It's not like in the Hindi symbols. So it's been written out in English symbols. But I'll send you what's been written out. And maybe you can translate. You speak Hindi, I take it. I'm assuming that you do. Then you can tell me what it all means. So that is the Indian wedding look. Now next week, we're going to have a Christmas, we're going to call it Christmas do. Ali M's live Christmas do. Because none of us are going to have a Christmas do this year, or very few of us. We're not going to have office parties and whatever. So next week on the live, I'd like you all to join me. And if you can, and if you want to, join me in putting on whatever makeup you put on when you're going to a Christmas party, and we'll all just have a Christmas party that we're not allowed to go to at the moment. I thought that would be a nice idea. Mince pies and whatever. And yeah, so we're going to do that. Is that okay with you all? Yeah, mince pies. If you want, get the brandy out. As I said, I'm not a huge drinker, but I might join you in a little tipple. I better not have too much because I don't drink normally. If I have too much, I'll be going... Yes, I will. I've got some gum here, so I'm going to start using the gum. I think I'm better cutting down first and then getting it, and then gradually trying to tail off. I think that would work better for me. Otherwise, it's kind of reverse. You know, with CBT, if you say I can't have something, then you want it. And I think that's my mentality, is if I think, oh, I can't have it, then I'm going to want it. Rather than if I kind of try and cut down at least, and then I think I can stop it. So anyway, that is my look today. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly do. When I go into the other room, my other half can go, what on earth have you done to yourself? Where's that? Do you know what? I definitely want to see what happens if I put a bit more of the pop shade over that. Am I going to mess it up? I'm going to say goodbye in a minute, but if I put the pop shade over that diamond lip balm stuff, it would sort of help it to stick. And I'm going to find out from my sister whether or not she knows about this palette. Because I definitely think I would benefit from having a new palette of this. It's getting a bit dried out. So thank you for joining me. What time? So the usual time on Wednesday. So whatever time it is now, when I started now. So 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Oh, could we do it in the evening? Might be awkward for non-UK people. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? So if it was evening in the UK, in the US it would be... In the US, I don't know what... Well, look, we'll do the live anyway. We'll do a Christmas party. Then maybe we continue it and do one in the evening as well. But let's stick to the live on Wednesday. And then we could do an evening party, an evening follow-up party. And do that at a different time. And then we'll work out. Maybe we could do it that evening or the next evening or something. And then we can get as many people joining us as possible. Because I think it's going to be difficult to get everybody in at the same time. Like if you're in Australia, then I think now they're all in bed. Whenever you do it is good for me. Yeah, you and I stay up anyway, don't we, Rebecca? Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to take a picture of this and put it on Instagram because I like this look. And I'll see you all very soon. It's been lovely chatting to you. I love you all. And stay tuned. My next video is going to be the Pat McGrath Big Celestial palette. I filmed it yesterday. That's coming out soon. That's coming out next. And then I've got a look inspired by Beauty and the Boutique, who did a really useful tutorial about makeup for when you are wearing a face mask. And it inspired me, and it also made me buy a few more Daniel Sandler goodies. So that will be coming as soon as it arrives. Yeah, so I'll be putting out some more videos this week. So take care, and thank you all for joining me. Love you all. Namaste.